funny to have a conversation with you because
no.
I know you so well. And I know this story, but it's a great story in terms of where do you get your inspiration from Mexican food? You know, you growing up in LA and all of that. It's a great story. So can you tell me that story again?
The first time I ever had a taco, I was probably around 6 or 7. And it would be at like backyard carne asadas for the baseball games that, you know, I'm American, so everyone plays baseball. But everyone would have carne asadas after the baseball games. And so that's when I really started the introduction to Mexican food. And then, you know, growing up as a teenager, you know, we would drink a little bit as a teenager, you know, in high school. And I remember my friend's mom finding us just hungover. And like at 7 or 8 in the morning, I could smell something stewing up. And she made us pozole. And I'm just like, holy crap, what is this? Why do I feel so revived at 8 in the morning after drinking all night? And then working in LA, in the kitchens, everyone's Mexican, you know, and so you learn Spanish fast, and you learn about Mexican food really fast, regardless of what kind of restaurant you're working. It could be a French restaurant. Everyone in the back is Mexican. You know what I mean? So that's where, you know, sharing my family meals and staff meals with them, that's where the love came from. And that's it. Yeah, the rest is history.
And then obviously you were working in LA, then moved to Australia. This is the first time you're running a Mexican restaurant?
Every weekend, what were we cooking? We're cooking, you know, carne asada. With all the neighbors. Every staff meal and every kitchen staff meal, we're cooking Mexican food.
You're having tacos.
Yeah, we're having tacos. And that's it. You know what I mean? So in a real business, this is my first time, but my first time cooking Mexican food. Of course.
And that's where all the inspiration comes from, right? From all the time.
And so emotionally, I'm more emotionally connected to Mexican food than I am with like almost anything else.
And there's a lot of similarity between Filipino food and Mexican food, right?
Yeah.
You obviously have been working on the menu for some years and all of that. How would you describe the Fonda menu?
It's available. You know what I mean? Like there's something for everyone and something could understand it, especially for the Australian market. You know, I feel like they could relate to the Fonda menu. We try to really cater towards the Australian market. But still keep it true to being Mexican also.
So simplified instead of overcomplicated and trying to educate people, because that's not the business.
And something approachable.
The Fonda menu has evolved, you know, a lot from the beginning to what it is today. I'm sure there's some items in the menu that I have always stayed there, the favorites. What are they?
Well, we're trialing out a Baja fish taco.
Oh, nice.
Taco de ensenada.
That was very smart of Fonda because, you know, as you said before, fish is relatable to Australians. Why? And particularly in the way that it's prepared on a taco, because it's like fish and chips.
Yeah, fish and chips.
Just fish and chips on a tortilla, and that's it. So Mexican obviously has a lot of ingredients, and you obviously have worked with them, but also grew up with them. What are your favorite ingredients?
I love huitlacoche. It's corn smut, you know, and it's so earthy and savory, right? And there's just so much depth behind it. But also the staples, like the first thing to go is like, you never make enough guacamole for some reason. You know, like, like you can have a mountain of guacamole and it's like the first thing to go. You're just like,
that's very true. That's very true.
But so I don't know, it could either be the simple, you know, the elote, the corn, and the guacamole.
People want to cook Mexican at home, you know, and a lot of people are sort of afraid of Mexican because they think that it's overcomplicated. When people ask you how would they approach Mexican at home, what do you tell them?
When I do marinades at home, I take a very like casual approach, you know, just like beer and orange juice and onions and coriander, right, and some chilies, and then just let it sit there for 30 minutes, and then or maybe 2 hours, and chuck it on the grill. You know, I think the vessel is like extremely important. You know, the right tortilla is really important. And then when it comes to meats, you know, there's a million recipes.
Could be anything, really.
Could be anything.
What's your favorite taco?
You know, if I'm at the beach, you know, just getting out of the surf, a fish taco.
Yeah, of course.
But if I am at home and with the family and doing a carne asada, it's like a beef taco, right? The grilled beef.
I think you mentioned carne asada multiple times.
Yeah,
I feel like because you grew up with that, you know?
Yeah. That's the barbecue is a weekly thing.
Right? And it's an opportunity to get together, right, with the family, with other people, friends, whoever.
Together, just you know, pop open beer and just, you know, play music in the driveway. And that's it, right?
Have a good time. Now, last question of the menu of Fonda. What's your favorite taco?
It's a toss-up with the pork because I think I'm genetically like wired to just like,
To like
pork.
Yeah.
And the fish.
Yeah,
it's probably just in my blood. You know what I mean? But we are putting on a lamb taco,
Nice.
and that's like up there now too.
Nice.
So I don't know, any given day, but yeah, probably the fish taco, number one.
Well, let's have some.
Yeah, great.
Fish taco.
Yeah, so it's a Baja style fish taco. Yeah.